This is MIcornus Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. We are dealing with this topic that speaks about how to become mentally strong as a young man. How to become mentally strong as a young man. And we want to encourage you to become mentally strong, particularly in the days that we're living in, where many people are struggling mentally. Many people are getting confused and others are getting depressed. And we have seen people, young people particularly, being admitted in psychiatric institutions in the days that we're living in because of what they're going through. Therefore, we need young men to be mentally strong. Now, to do that, you need to use failures as lessons. Remember that everything that you do, it might come with a big voice and say, but you're a failure. And I want to tell you today that not everything that you think is failure is failure. You need to actually focus on what you're doing. You need to actually also shape your mind into what you think about it. Because the perspective that you take out of everything that looks like a failure is going to be very important, because some of the things that we feel is failures, they are not necessarily failures. When you start to say every single failure for me will be a lesson, it becomes different than somebody who sees a failure as something that is a failure. Because when you see yourself there's something as a failure, you'll actually accumulate the type of failures that you've gone through, and you'll find yourself to be somebody that seems to be failing in everything that they do. And what that will do, it will destroy your mind. It will make you feel that you're a failure yourself. And majority of our young men has fallen into this trap where they feel like they are failures, so therefore there's nothing great that they will produce. And I want to urge you as a young man to say, it is very important that you perceive that which is looked like a failure differently. So please look at it as a lesson in order to improve and to move forward. Because remember that our lives are not supposed to be stagnant. And you cannot allow yourself to remain stagnant where you are. As you grow in age, as you grow in days and years in your life, you must be moving forward in progress as well. You must mature from one level to another. But how do you do that? Is because life is not as smooth as you think. And life is not linear, whereby you're going to find everything the same way every day. You're going to meet challenges. You're going to meet things on the way. You're going to meet problems as well. There are things that you will try and do. There are things that you will succeed in doing them. There are those that you will fail in trying to do. But those, all of them, they're actually concocting into what we call progress in life. But it depends on the mindset that you have. If you have got a mental fortitude, a mental strength that you can stand firm and say, this that looks like failure for me right now, I'm not taking it as a failure. I'm taking it as a lesson so that I can improve. And tomorrow, I'm not going to fail at this point because I would have improved from it. Now, when you start to do that and realize that that which looks like failure, you go and improve on it. And you tell yourself, I cannot fail on the same spot tomorrow. I cannot do the same mistake tomorrow. I've learned on how not to do it, but then tomorrow then I'll do it differently. And then that's progress on its own. And that's exactly what we mean when we say you must use failures as lessons. Now, you need to improve every day as an individual. You need to see progress from one point to another. You cannot remain on the same place. The same like when you take a journey to a destination. You cannot find yourself at the same spot all the time. You are moving. And as you move, you start to see new things along the way. You start to see different things that you approach and meet along the way. Different climates, different obstacles, different difficulties along the way. Because this is a journey. And I want you to realize that in a journey, the journey cannot be linear as well. You are going to meet obstacles. You're going to meet mountains, valleys. You're going to meet different climates, rainy climate. You're going to meet sunny days and so on your journey. You're meeting different climates because you are on a journey. Excuse me. And you're growing and you're improving based on that. Now, use failures as lessons to improve and move forward. Because otherwise, if you don't use that, you are not improving at all, and you are not moving forward at all. Because you are going to get stagnant at a point where you think that you must remain, and I want to urge you to remember that you cannot remain at one place. Now, the second thing that must make you mentally strong is to build a strong support. And I want to emphasize this because there are many of us as young men who isolate ourselves along the way. We want to live life by ourselves, and we want to be away from our families. We want to be away from friends and acquaintances. We want to live life in a corner somewhere. And I want to tell you now that life cannot be lived alone, because we are social beings and God has created us as such. Now, because of that, then you need people. People need you as well. And as a result, then you need to build strong support around you. That support is a support of people. It's a network to rely on during challenging times. Remember, there are people, the people around you, they've experienced different difficulties as well. They've experienced difficult challenges as well. And any one of them has actually met different problems that are not the same like yours. Now, I want to emphasize today that every challenge that you meet is not unique. Somebody has actually passed through, and somebody somewhere has actually has experienced it. And amongst your network, it could be that someone amongst your network have actually experienced the same problem that you're experiencing today. So therefore, you cannot die at your corner alone, because God has actually made this circle of friends and people around you in order to support you. I don't know what you're going through right now, but wherever you are at your corner, I want to urge you to understand that that family of yours is there to become your support. And those friends of yours are there to become your support. So therefore, you need to utilize that support in situations that you're meeting. You cannot see yourself totally as a failure alone. Don't kill yourself if you're at a situation where you're even thinking of that. Because there are people around you that would have gone through what you're going through. There are people around you that are ready to assist you as well. But sometimes the problem is we don't speak out. And I want to urge you as a young man to start to learn to have this circle of friends and support, whether it's a family structure that is a support around you, to be able to speak out. Because most of the time when you don't speak out, even the people around you may not know what you're going through. Remember, what is in your mind, people cannot read it. People cannot read your mind. They cannot know what you're thinking. They cannot know what you're going through up until you open your mouth and speak about it. And therefore, we encourage you as a young man today that if you want to become mentally strong, use the support around you. Build that strong support, but also open your mouth and utilize them. Because they can only be utilized when they know what you're going through. And this is very powerful. Now, also, the support from people make you to become strong, because you've got a safety tab that tells you that there's somebody somewhere who will support you when you go through trouble. And therefore, because of that safety tab, it is actually giving you confidence to say, I can therefore be able to face life because there's somebody who is actually there to support me. Now, when you start to understand that, you become more mentally strong, because you know that there's a strong support that you've built around you. And I want to urge you to do that, because it's very key that you build that support, and that support becomes strong around you, and you acknowledge that support, and please utilize it as well. I want to end up here today, your host, MIcornus Phokane. I'm the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. Remember, on this platform, we are developing ordinary young men into extraordinary men of wisdom, integrity, and character. And we are doing this through kingdom principles. And we believe that you are learning out of this, and you are actually inviting your colleagues and your peers to sit around and listen to us as well on these platforms. Remember, our social media platforms, Facebook page is Young Men Empowerment Forum. My personal Facebook page, MIcornus Phokane. So please click like and follow on this platform. And please also go on to follow us on our Instagram and our TikTok account, which is MIcornus Phokane, and our YouTube channel is under Young Men Empowerment Forum. And I want to urge you to subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Click the notification button so that you are notified each time we have actually posted a video of this kind. We believe strongly that you also share these platforms with your loved ones, your colleagues, your peers. It could be also your friends and your family, and the good Lord will bless you as you do that. Now, until we meet again with part 4 of this great topic, I want to say cheers and meet us again with this the 4th part of this topic. And God bless you, and cheers for now.